So, for the iPad 11th Gen, could we be seeing a release in March or September time this year in 2024? We're also going to go over all the specs and any changes on the design too, and of course, I'm going to give you the latest on the iPad 11th generation 2024 release date and price. So, back in 2022, we had the surprise of the iPad 10th generation looking almost identical to the iPad Air that came out in 2020 with the same chip, but this new iPad having a slower USB-C port, and also it's the first iPad to have center stage camera on the landscape side instead of the portrait. We also did see a price increase on the basic iPad of over $130 in the US alone, and in other countries even more. Sadly, the iPad did not have the best reviews due to this price increase, and most importantly, no ability for Apple Pencil's second generation, but on the first generation Pencil you could use it, but you had to buy an extra adapter that was sold out on the iPad's launch. However, going forwards, we're hoping that Apple are going to do some improved changes to the iPad 11th generation. So for all new iPad videos like this one you're watching going forward, I'm going to give you the latest detail on specific leaks, then details of the planned release date time, then a summary of the models that are going to be released with all the features that we've learnt in previous leaks. After this, I'm going to give you my wish list for the next iPad, and also put down in the comments of what features you'd love to see in the 11th generation iPad 2, and I might discuss my thoughts around it in a future video. So, if you didn't know your facts already, the iPad 10th generation, also the iPad Pro with the M2 chipsets, came out at the end of 2022. So that's right guys, it's been over a year. And also, we had reports come in 2023, just like you can see right here, telling us that no iPads, including an 11th generation iPad, it was going to be coming at all that year. But it looks like now, in 2024, we could be seeing some new iPads. And the first event it could be seen at is one in March time, but it's looking more and more likely that the 11th generation iPad will not come out probably to around about September time, near the iPhone launch in 2024. And most likely in that iPad we'll just see an A15 chipset, and also the ability at last that Apple correct the problem in giving us support to use the second generation Apple Pencil. With this, do not expect any other big changes. I think with the new iPad Pro with the OLED display, also there's an iPad Air which can have a larger display too. I think that being that this 10th generation iPad was the first iPad of this sort of design to get a complete refresh, we're not going to see any new refresh designs there. And also, as I did mention here, with the release date, as we had nothing in 2023, I do think it's very likely that we are going to be seeing new iPads, but most likely at the end of 2024 because again of the iPad Air and also the iPad Pros coming out in the March time of this year. So probably look towards sort of the iPhone event, or maybe just a little bit time after, and it might even just come out as a press release near the end of 2024 to come out. Now, I've been saying this in my recent videos, but just a quick note here, with leaks being so early, and to be honest, any leaks that come up for the new iPad's release date that I find and showed to you guys, a lot of previous leaks of other Apple products have come true, but there are some that can sometimes get misinterpreted based on the facts that leakers have been told. So I can only present to you what I've been told and can show. So no leak or rumour is 100% true until we see the final iPad being officially shown from Apple. However, if you are like me, you are still watching this video and then you're as curious as I am knowing what the next generation iPad is going to be like, no matter what the leaks and rumours are going to be telling us. So then guys, I am super excited this week because we're going to be doing a live stream giveaway of this MacBook Air right here. It's come to that time. We're going to be doing the giveaway this Friday, and I'm so excited for it. It's going to be happening on Friday the 22nd, and that's going to be around about say 11 AM PST time, what's about 6 PM 1800 GMT time here in the UK. So you have to check out which country you're in to see for this international giveaway. and I'm super excited for it because it's going to be happening and you still got a chance to enter in. And all you have to do to enter in to get your hands on this MacBook Air is write down in the comments below of what technology or Apple technology you're still planning to buy in 2024. Put it down in the comments below, and also tune into that live stream when it's all going to be starting and when it's going to be coming up on this channel. Make sure that you, if you haven't done it already, subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell too to get the more information on that. And also I just want to say as well, guys, for the actual specs of this MacBook Air, it's no ordinary one. If you've been following my channel already, this one here is the M2 MacBook Air, but it does have inside of it 16 gigabytes of RAM and also 512 gigabytes of storage, and also has the 10-core GPU core option as well. So it's more than the baseline 13-inch model that we normally get. So if you do want to enter in, you know what to do now, like I said, by leaving a comment, also making sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. But I also just want to say quickly, guys, still there's lots of scammers and spammers out there, still people impersonating myself, telling you to part with money for shipping and things like this. This is not me at all. Please do ignore them, or better still, like you see here, please do report them. With those leaks and release date out of the way, let's move on to a summary of everything we know so far that previous leaks have painted a picture of the details of the new iPad 11th Gen with its price as well. So the next generation iPad, the 11th Gen or the 2023 or 2024 iPad, we've been told that probably we're not going to see many changes at all. Remember, with the 10th generation, we had the biggest design change there. So not really much is going to change going forwards. The main sort of things is probably going to be chipset, but I'll get on to that. But the main sort of specs we're going to see is that we're still going to be getting a 10.9-inch LCD liquid retina display, and that resolution will be coming in at 1640 by 2360, what will be a 60Hz display. We'll have a choice again between a 64GB or 256GB storage options, and then the biggest change will be that A15 Bionic chipset inside this iPad 11th Gen, and you'll also get 5G connectivity too. There's also going to be 6GB of RAM, which is going to be a nice bump up in RAM for this iPad, and then of course the body will be made out of aluminum or aluminium if you're here from the UK like me, and then also at the same time we'll still have that Touch ID button on the top, what's also the standby button. We'll also get that single camera 12 megapixel on the rear, and then we'll also get a 12 megapixel center stage camera on the landscape side. The battery size is also going to stay the same at 7606 milliamps, and the prices are probably going to stay the same too, with the 64GB option costing $449 and the 256GB option costing $599. So that is a summary of the iPad 11th Gen. However, for my thoughts and wishes, my wishes for the iPad 11th Gen is to do with the price. Essentially, the normal iPad is the budget iPad and always has a chipset from say 2 or 3 years ago. The biggest disappointment with the 10th Gen iPad over the 9th Gen was its massive price increase of $130 more, at least in the USA. I understand that prices are going to go up around the world right now, but for the price to go up by around about 35% from one generation to the next on the basic model was absolutely crazy from Apple, and it was more sensible for say a 10 to 15% increase what should have happened. I'm hoping for the next iPad that the price will come down to say $375 or to $400 at a push for the next generation. But let me know on your thoughts on this if you agree with this, and also write down in the comments below of what your wishes would be for the next generation iPad. Well guys, on that note too, it's also time to wrap up this video, so if you have enjoyed watching it, please make sure you press the like button. At the same time, if you want to do the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, please also make sure you hit the subscribe button, followed by that notification bell. Until next time guys, I will see you soon. Bye bye.